We are now talking to Ocean Gabonia. What's going on, Ocean?
What's up?
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I want to know where you got that wonderful name.
So over here, we really love the ocean. I'm a big fisherman, surfer, spear fishing, diver, and we just get everything from the ocean. And my family is a big fishing family, so they ended up with my name, Ocean.
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you have, is any of your brothers and sisters named Sand? So,
Well, my cousin is actually named Rain, and my sister is named Brooke.
What's your sister's name?
Brooke.
Brooke. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So unique names. Well, I'll tell you this. My name is Errol, and I was named after Errol Flynn, a movie star. My younger sister was named is Samantha Ashley. She was named after Bewitched, the show Bewitched. Mm-hmm. And my younger brother, his name is Elton. He was named after Elton John. So there you go. So we all have unique names. So now you know my family and I know yours. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
There you go. Well, let me ask you this question, Ocean. When you look at the Yankees organization and really how they reached out to you, tell us a little bit about how the Yankees reached out to you, who reached out to you after you were reached out by the New York Yankees, and when you were signed by the New York Yankees, was that the biggest and most important part of your life?
So when I got up to Washington to play in a showcase, I pitched really well, and that's when a lot of pro scouts were talking to me, and a scout named Mike Thurman got a hold of me and told me that there might be an opportunity to play pro baseball, and it's always been my dream. And they sat down with me and they went through the whole process, and I would say it's one of the biggest key moments in my life, and I'm just very grateful for it.
In terms of baseball in Hawaii, how does the culture and the geography of it being very unique, how does that impact you playing baseball, growing up playing baseball, and really just the culture of it in that particular state, obviously being outside the continental U.S.?
I would say the culture is a little different. There's not a lot of competition, but we have those standout guys that really work hard and just really gritty and grindy. So it's a little laid back in some points of view, but there's also those really eye-opening kids that just work hard and show their talent.
As you guys know, we are talking to Yankee free agent pitching prospect Ocean Gabonia. Now, we talked to Coach Trapasso, who is the Hawaiian coach of the baseball team. He told us a little bit about the culture over there for baseball. And we didn't even know how big the culture was when it came to baseball. We know a little bit about MMA over there because of BJ Penn and really the growth of some of the sports over there, especially with football. Tell us a little bit about the culture over there with baseball. Are there up and coming stars that we haven't heard of? I mean, and really your pitching style. Are you a power pitcher, or are you a breaking ball pitcher? What type of pitcher are you?
As a pitcher, I would say I'm more of a guy who likes to respect my craft. I like to hit spots. I like to get in the hitter's head and just be one step ahead of the hitter in a way. I would say my style is really smooth and just really smooth and effortless, I would say.
In terms of the Hawaii aspect of it, you have, again, a state that has a lot of islands, a lot of different islands. Do you have a favorite ballpark that you played in terms of scenery? And if so, again, how does the climate of those warm climates really affect baseball? Does it make it more hitter friendly? And did that affect you as a pitcher as a result, or is it something you got comfortable with?
I mean, I would say the climate is a little different. It gets really humid here, and there's a lot of, especially on my island, it rains a lot. So every island has a different type of feel to it. I would say my island is more hitter friendly in point of view, but in some islands like Kauai or Maui, the wind blows and hitters may have a harder time with the wind blowing in, and pitchers just have nasty stuff with the wind and helping them throw harder pitches.
Now, Ocean, have you ever played any other sports besides baseball? Is there a particular sport that stood out to you before baseball as a kid, or was always your love was baseball?
Um, I mean, my first love is and will always be baseball, but I did play other sports. My parents didn't really let me play like football or basketball, so I got into surfing a lot. I was on the bowling team in high school and the diving team.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I am a terrible bowler, okay? So if you ever want to bowl with me, you would kill me, man. I had my little niece with, and I'll tell you this right now. We used, what are those things on the side? What do they call them?
Gutters?
Bunkers or whatever they call them?
Yeah.
I actually use bunkers, and I still can't score over 100, okay? And I'm a good athlete. I am the worst bowler known to man. So if you want to whip somebody's butt, my little niece beat me, okay? My little niece. I mean, I'm terrible. I actually like to surf, but when I had to deal with the sharks and stuff like that, no thanks. How about you? I mean, your thoughts to baseball. Growing up, was there a particular team that stood out to you? Did you always want to be a Yankee? Or was there another baseball team that stood out to you that you rooted for growing up?
Growing up, I was a big San Francisco Giants fan, but in the same way, I really loved Mariano Rivera and how he played baseball. So, I mean, being a Yankee is like also a dream come true, I would say. And I think it's just great to like be able to say I'm a New York Yankee. It's a huge organization with a lot of history towards it.
Do you have any other influences growing up in terms of baseball? Was it a Giants player? Was it Mariano Rivera? Outside of Mariano Rivera, maybe the greatest relief pitcher of all time. Any other influences you really liked growing up?
I mean, not really. I loved baseball, and Mariano Rivera was just the guy that I could feel like I could connect to the most. So that was just the biggest influence for me.
As you guys know, we are talking to Yankee free agent prospect Ocean Gabonia. Now, Ocean, when you mentioned Mariano Rivera, and I interviewed Mariano Rivera twice, and not only was he a great interview, he really gave you good insight of in the head of a pitcher, a relief pitcher to a hitter. And he told me, and I asked him, who was the hardest player that you threw against? Who was the hardest offensive player you ever? And he always brought back Manny Ramirez. And Manny Ramirez, who was a big pain in the butt, not only foul tipping everything, the guy just, he knew how to control the strike zone. When you look at certain players that are playing in the game of baseball now, the guys like Mike Trout and the Aaron Judges, now you're going to have the opportunity to play with a guy that could be the next captain of the New York Yankees. Is there anything that stands out as a pitcher on a way that you have to pitch against a power hitter, or do you pitch the same way against everybody?
I like to pitch differently against different hitters. I think finding their weakness is the best thing a pitcher could do, and just hitting those weaknesses as much as possible and consistently as possible. And I mean, hitters are really good at this day of age, and we just need to keep on adjusting to them. And I think changing how you approach different hitters is a great way to be successful, I would say.
In terms of the current Yankees roster and also the farm system, a very loaded farm system right now, which player are you most looking forward to playing with?
I would say there's a lot, but I think one of the biggest would be one of the hitters. I would say like Aaron Judge or Giancarlo, so I can just pick their brain on how they approach different pitchers, and I think that would just give me a different point of view.
Well,
than a pitcher's point of view.
You're talking about two massive men, that's for sure. I mean, two of the biggest men in baseball. Aaron Judge being the biggest man in Major League history, being that he's 6'8", 280 pounds, and can bench about almost 400 pounds. I mean, it's ridiculous what I've been reading about him. But it's an incredible. You're going to be playing. And how about Gleyber Torres, one of the best young players in the major leagues, and a lot of people don't talk about him. I think he's the best player the Yankees have moving forward in the near future. So let me ask you this question: when you play the game of baseball, and when you watch the game on TV and really get the opportunity to stand on the mound and see how far it is to throw that ball, how hard you throw. Is it ever occur to you or you ever think about the understanding when you're on that mound, especially in Yankee Stadium, where you have a guy like Mike Trout coming up, and you know the guy is one of the best hitters in baseball. You know that he's going to obviously watch video and check out film about how you pitch and how you throw the ball and where your release point is. Is it ever occur to you that when he gets to the plate, it's going to either shaking you as a pitcher because it's, oh my God, it's Mike Trout, or are you going to be a guy that you don't care who's at the plate, you're going to still pitch against the same players the same way?
Yeah, I approach hitters. I would say I would approach Mike Trout the way I would want to approach him. I feel like with all the technology nowadays, you could really see people's weakness, and I think I wouldn't care if it's Mike Trout or John Carlos. I would approach him how I would want to approach him, and I wouldn't change my game plan because it's a huge hitter. I would say you would have a game plan and you would be overly prepared who you go up against, and it shouldn't matter who it is.